Obviously calling for it. They're floating it in high again. Anthony Moyles gets a touch, enough to put it away from Tommy Welsh. Mickey Burke, he's the man who came in for Stephen Bray, who we believe has a dislocated shoulder, dislocated collarbone, I'm told, as Meath go into the attack. Mickey Burke, Joe Sheridan coming through the middle. They need a score from him. Aims at the post. White flag going to be raised. It's his first point in this semi-final. Meath using a more direct strategy here. Getting inside the cover of Mike McCarthy. Sheridan did well. Not going to make it. Conor Byrne, the linesman thought about it. He then decided he was against it. Good call. Dropping it in. Added to by Mark O'Shea. Sideline ball to Meath.
It's a good touch by O'Shea as well, because the Meath were going to just palm that among them. And O'Shea got in the decisive touch to put it out for a sideline, a little bit safer out there, even if Keane Ward is noted for putting these over.
More or less scored from the same position, if you know what I mean, at the opposite end of the field. Scored a cracking point. Can he do it from in front of the Cusick? It's going all the way. You have to be impressed with the skill of Keane Ward. They're going to introduce another substitute. This is Niall McCaig, and he's coming on for David Bray. Mickey Burke is being sent back out into the half-forward line. Niall McCaig, his father actually is from Galway, plays his club football with Navan O'Mahony's. And that will signal the arrival of Aidan O'Mahony, who's going to come in for Killian Young into the half-back line. That O'Shea, Tadhg Kennelly. In towards Declan O'Sullivan, and you can see exactly what was affecting Meath in the first half. The ball skidding off the surface is reflected here again, and that's another poor kick out by Paddy O'Rourke. I know what his intention was, we all do, but just hitting it with too much power. And that mist and rain that we had earlier in the day, very much a factor in the way this game has been played out. Darren O'Sullivan, we will never forget the time he came on against Tyrone and scored a cracking goal. This one is going all the way! Is it gone in? The umpires don't think so. Let's just watch this again. Paddy O'Rourke saw it late. It was on the line and didn't seem to be over from that camera angle.
No, I think you'll find he did superbly well here.
Would you agree, Kevin?
Yeah, that's okay. He's done tremendously well, because you see that very late. Hasn't crossed the line, still hasn't, and he gets it away.
Anthony Moyles back to his keeper, Paddy O'Rourke, who gives the ball away. Paul Galvin. Paddy O'Rourke is meanwhile backtracking, and Paul O'Connor couldn't make it because the pass wasn't exactly great. So it's going to be a kick out for Paddy O'Rourke again. Punched down by 6'6" Micheál Quirk. Darren O'Sullivan swinging it across to the unmarked Declan O'Sullivan. Seamus Scanlon, challenged by Mickey Burke. Backfires Paul O'Connor. Ball into the middle to Michael Quirk. Steps by the challenge of Mark Ward. Tadhg Kennelly going for point Iverado, and there it is.
He's growing into it. I did hear Jack O'Connor saying a few weeks ago that this boy can shoot, that he is accurate, and as a young player down in Kerry, he was noted for his accuracy. I hadn't seen it, I have to say, up to this season, or the early part of this season, but he's nailed a few handy ones there today.
Free this time for Meath. We'll push in the back there. In towards Jamie Queenie. who's working hard. Easily gathered by Dermot Murphy. Mike McCarthy. Moss O'Shea. Back to McCarthy again. Tom O'Sullivan. Ty Kennelly. Nicely placed for Darren O'Sullivan to run onto, despite being well marked. Paul Galvin scored a goal and 7 points in his championship campaign. It's aimed at Tommy Walsh, and Paddy O'Rourke did well. Kevin Riley. Cormac McGuinness. Joe Sheridan with a lot of space. Aidan O'Mahony comes across to try and prevent him getting further. Gets by Micheál Quirk. Hits a shot and hits off the post. And that little sequence, you begin to feel this is not going to be Meath's day.
Well, that's an outrageous number of wides now at this stage. You know, up on 16 wides for Meath. Not acceptable. Brilliant work by Joe to break his way through the Kerry defence, gets himself into a great position, and 9 times out of 10 he scores those, but today he's been affected, I'm afraid.
Brian Sheehan is coming on for Kerry instead of Declan O'Sullivan, taking his position. He's the 5th top scorer, by the way, for Kerry, despite the fact that he's played primarily as a member of the panel. A little bit of pushing, seemed to be the other way, but the referee signals it's going to the Royals. There's a knockdown here for Cian Ward. They have to go for the goal. Good block down by Mike McCarthy. Jamie Queenie chases after, tries to get in along the end line. Going for the shot, stopped by Dermot Murphy. Back to Queenie once more. They're queuing up. Here's Joe Sheridan. Has to score. Saved again by Dermot Murphy. Brilliant goalkeeping. It's bad enough when things are not going well and you're facing the 14 outfield players, but then when you get the opportunity, you have an all-star keeper between the posts. Not bad for a 34-year-old, 6'3" giant between the posts.
Yeah, it's terrific stuff. We spoke about the penalty against Sligo, the double saves against Dublin. Watch this for a bit of keeping. McCarthy, top class in the first place. Now I've got to work the score. Coming in along the end line. I thought he was going to be pushed out at that stage. Fine save straight at him. This is the best one though. Stays big, stays up on his feet, and saves again.
Yellow card, probably. We're looking at the replay there for Pat Byrne. Just a little bit of frustration creeping into the Meath team, and it's hard to blame them. They've 16 wides. They certainly have had plenty of opportunities. They've worked very hard, but on the scoreboard it's not reflected. Cian Ward obviously suffering a little bit from cramp. He scored 4 points, including 2 cracking sideline kicks. There's a very disappointed Meath captain, Stephen Bray, sent off in the last few minutes against Limerick in Port missed out in the quarter-final. He's hardly on 10 minutes and unfortunately gets in an injury that prevents him from continuing on. Meath fans have seen enough. They're heading home early, a little bit disappointed. They certainly supported their team, and you'd have to say from a Meath perspective that the graph has been going upwards. 5 victories in the qualifiers. They look very poor against Dublin in the Leinster Championship, but they got here. But they're facing the mighty kingdom that are so used to being in All-Ireland semi-finals and finals. Meath haven't scored, by the way, since the 48th minute of the match. 2 minutes of additional time to be added on.
As the Meath fans were leaving, it reminded me of the 2001 scenario when the Kerry guys got up to leave and they were asking to have the gates closed and make them watch it. But it hasn't been a great day for Meath today, I'm afraid.
For descent, an extra 13 metres. Brian Farrell going to take this and just tapping it over the bar for his 2nd point in this semi-final. Cork and Kerry, Kevin McStay, what do you think?
That's a certainty at this stage. We'll go for that, all right. But I mentioned a few minutes ago, the 3 weeks now, they really need to go back to the kingdom and have one of those meetings they had before the qualifiers got up and moving, because they're not in a good place. No matter what anybody tells you, Marty, they are not in a good place. This has been a very fractured effort today, not up to the standard that would even keep Cork in an All-Ireland. Of course they'll improve, but they have an awful lot of work to do.
Well, it's very much even Steven when the Cork players see a Kerry jersey and vice versa. Up goes the standard normally, but of course they'll recall 2007 when Kerry hammered Cork in the All-Ireland final. So Conor Coonahan and his team will have a lot of work to do. And I'm sure they'll be relishing the challenge of an all-Munster All-Ireland football final. Meath are not giving up, even in injury time. Mickey Burke. Backfires Cormac McGuinness. Floating one in. It's 2 against 2 here. Joe Sheridan did really well. Tries to get across to Cian Ward. Here's Ward. Goal on. It's there. Dermot Murphy is